Welcome to Bahati, talking about real issues that are affecting you as an individual. Insights about financial and personal growth, plus better relationships. And now, Bahati.
Welcome to this beautiful and funny and I don't know what to call it, but it's a beautiful episode where we get to have a chat with the producers at Spirit Media. These guys have toiled, have worked hard. They have brought most of the amazing shows that you have seen. I know that some of you have been asking yourself, but I wonder who does that? I wonder who is behind there. And you know, when the on-air talent is displaying their, you know, their knowledge and their beauty and what looks like, sometimes we never know the people, the brains behind these shows, and that is why we are here, so that they can tell us, you know, their journey, their life, what do they go through. And sometimes we think producers should be old, all-knowing, but these are young, some of them single, all of them single. Okay. Just look at their smiles. They're like, but one day, yo, Mubanone, please take them away from my hands. They need to be occupied somewhere. But so glad to have you guys.
Thank you.
You make our stay here just beautiful. We just move without thinking because someone is thinking on our behalf. And I want to allow you to introduce yourself because I'll do you a disservice if I decide to introduce you. Jagala tubabulire chiche tuli abamu ku mumwizo kwa ba apostle ba bishop nga mwina amanya amalala.
Ladies first.
Sorry?
Why do you say ladies first? I'm in the middle. Either start from him or here.
Ladies first.
They've ganged against you.
I admit. Hello everyone. Thank you so much for watching Spirit TV. My name is Beatrice Pimer. I'm a producer of the Wake Up Call and Request at one of the biggest shows.
No, just look at how everyone is like nice.
That's why I told you. Then I come in, you didn't want. So Wake Up Call and Request at 1, you got to watch them. 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. And then 1 p.m. that is Request at 1 to 2 p.m.
Okay, so let's come back this side.
This side or that side?
No, this side.
At the demo.
Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Yuko Elisha. I am a producer here at Spirit TV, but majorly and professionally, I'm a video film producer, a director, a writer, and professionally, still I'm a sound engineer. I've been doing this, I think entirely my life. I've been doing this. I've been doing sound engineering.
You see, I told you people have big names.
Besides that, I also do a lot of stuff.
Like
a lot.
Like
you advertise yourself, you never know.
Well, yeah.
Hey.
As we go on.
I'm the CEO for one of a fashion house.
Hey. We did know that.
Fashion house.
But now you do know. And I'm glad that I'm part of the people who work here.
Wow.
I'm glad that I'm a producer here, and I produce one of the shows, the major shows here.
The major one.
Next to the major.
Leave alone all these shows, but the major shows here, and that is Pastor Muse's show.
Oh my goodness.
So, also producer.
And the top cream, the CEO of producers. Job.
My name is Joab Nwagaba. Yes, many know me as Joab Pro. I think I'm one of the most happiest people and proud one to be part of this brand. I love associating myself as part of Spirit Media. I produce the best East African entertainment show. Yes, I said the best East African entertainment show. That's African exclusive from 5 to 7 with the biggest talents, Gabigwe and Izzy Samuel. Yes, we got you. That your evening as you drive back home.
When it comes to Christian party, nowhere else.
We define everything. Yes, as I said, I'm single, but very happy. Yes.
Are you content?
I'm besides being part of this station as a producer, I'm so much into music for the last 10 years as a music promoter and a talent manager. Yes, so I'm so much attached to music. Yes.
Ben.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ben. Others call me Uncle Ben. I'm so glad to be on this panel today.
I realize producers don't want to look at camera. Ben, look at the camera.
I produce on TV Bahati show. That is, I work with a team of other producers. That is Polo, who is, you're not seeing him here, is behind the scenes. I work with Polo, Mr. Baba, a big editorial team, Elisha, we work together as well. So I head the Bahati crew that produces all the shows, that is Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Friday. And I work as an audio producer as well on Bob, Spirit FM and on Spirit TV. Those ones who have listened to the Coach radio program on Bob FM, I happen to be that person behind the recordings and the production. I think it's now 10
years.
10 years, yes.
Wow.
10 years working with Spirit Media, specifically Bahati Hilda. So I'm humbled to be here. Thank you so much.
And it's awesome to have you guys here. Ngawe Mbagambye, you guys are big. When you start saying those things, music promoter, talent promoter, then biggest shows, everyone is producing a big show. And indeed, every show is big in its right. Because when you look at it, like it's well put together, someone put in the effort, the lighting, the camera work, the talents themselves. So it's quite a huge thing, and we never get to celebrate you enough. We get to celebrate the talents because they're at the forefront, not knowing that the whole brain, you slept without sleeping, you know, you kept turning, and that is where I want us to start. Yeah. When you are creating some of these scripts, like what do you look out for that, okay, I have this Monday show, I have this Friday show, and this is how I want it to come out? Like, what do you look out for in those scripts? Because I want to be able to pick your mind. Like, what do you be thinking? Because you are literally walking encyclopedias.
Yeah, personally, I would come in there as the rest, come in later. I'd say that one thing is that I think for someone outside there, what fits them, what they would love to watch. And I happen also to do script writing for adverts, for our adverts, something that is eye-catching, captivating, and when it comes to the shows, as I said, I look out for something that I think for someone outside there, what could that one thing be that someone can watch, one get either entertained, get informed, get educated, or something of the sort. So we don't produce for ourselves. Otherwise, if we produce for ourselves, we may end up just doing a show for 1, 2, 3 friends of mine at home, either in my neighborhood. So just try to think broad, what probably is going around and what is something that someone outside there can benefit from. Okay. I don't know.
I'd love to hear from others.
Yeah. As Ben was saying, when we're doing these shows, you just have to put, like, okay, as producers, we put in mind that we're not broadcasting for ourselves, maybe as a crew. Now, for my show, you have to look at what's in the industry. Yes, you might be updated as maybe now, but there's now, like 1 minute ago, there's something that happened. You must be updated about it. We are these people that think ahead of even our viewers. Because when you're here thinking you're broadcasting from maybe to 20 to 25, not knowing a 17-year, not even a 17-year-old, a 14-year-old
is watching.
thinks like a 20-year-old.
That's true.
And then you start doing things or writing scripts of 20 to 25 or 20 to 30. Then you forget that a 14-year-old now no longer wants to watch cartoons.
That's true.
No, they're thinking like old people. So we tend to think ahead of our viewers, then to be so much updated. I'll give an example. When I leave my show and I go home, I do 3 things. I go and try to look at what is happening as now.
So you watch news?
Not news, but
social media.
Yeah, social media, not on TV, because in most cases on TV, most things in the evening they're already maybe of evening time, so they're out. It's no longer news, outdated. So you see what has been happening during the evening time. Then the second thing, I watch more of the YouTube streams.
Okay.
I look at what my talents did on that previous show we did.
Okay.
What do they need to change? Because if you stay comfortable, people are ahead of you. So I do those things. I go and search what has been happening, of which I'm going to do it again in the morning, even before we start the show again. So now these are the things that people don't know. You understand?
So what time do you get to date?
To date?
Mwana wenge mtwala kudi out. Obo mtwala ko out ngononya ka update.
Yakamugoba juzi wa.
Soko lide gatuwe.
Ono. Aina malala manji.
Beni sigoranga konoza. Vigana buganye Beni.
Na malala manji.
But anyway.
Show musingiro mchala.
But you see, but the truth is, producers go through a lot. Because Ben, as you're thinking of doing a script of an ad that is going to run on the show, then at the same time you're thinking of how the Bahati show is going to happen next week. At the same time, I don't know where you get that time to the hand that are stressed. Let's say if you have a stressing girlfriend, if at all you have a stressing girlfriend.
Even just write a message and say, oh, hey babe, I love you.
But remember, by the time you write like a hello babe, she's going to send more like 3 messages that you have to attend to.
Yeah, you attend to
or
them
even
in between your YouTube streams.
And they give
That's
you a call.
That's why I'm saying we have little time to search. Maybe if you have an understanding girlfriend that really understands what you do, but
we will go there.
But other things we do,
yeah, that people don't get to know.
Yeah, like we stay updated to this show so that we are ahead of our viewers, very ahead of our viewers, to give them shows that, because you, like on TV, you have like 10 seconds of a viewer
to impress.
He has that.
If you don't,
these guys have remote in their hands like this.
Yeah.
If they are not having it, is here. So if you say something funny, you switch to another TV.
Yeah.
So you have 10 seconds. So you cannot do something you did today. No. So we think we do a lot of research. Even now, then we also we make sure that the on-air talents, they are celebrities, because for them they are celebrities. So we make sure. Yes, we make sure that they are odd enough. They are updated. You understand?
They look good.
Thank you. Like seriously.
Let Beatrice share with us what she looks for in a good script.
Me, I think one of the things I look into is times and season. I want to go more by times and season, to a point that I don't care what my talents are comfortable talking about. Because there are times, I think we've had scenarios where a talent tells you, I can't talk about this, I can't do this topic, this is this. They'll give you so many excuses as they can't do what you're giving them. But you as a producer, you're looking at time and season. This is timely. This just happened. We need to tackle it. We need to talk about it, and someone is like, no.
In most cases, they even bring outdated stories. Like, it was of yesterday, but they feel like we should bring it again.
And they want to redo it.
Yes,
they already did it.
Because they enjoyed it.
Yes. Yet there's something which is current.
I'm coming.
And they don't want to handle it. So I feel like times and season should give us...
We're going to attack people.
Times and season should give us a very good direction when it comes to your script writing. Because as you said before, as a producer, you're carrying nearly the whole world. Whoever is watching you, is watching your show, is dependent on you. Being in a scenario where someone asks you, who is the producer of that show? Now that question comes in either something has been done right on the show or something has gone wrong.
Yes.
And if something went wrong, trust me, even you, a producer, be it sound, be it content, or maybe your talent said something that was not supposed, and you're like,
But you know, they ask more when everything goes wrong. When everything goes right, they enjoy that. Quiet.
Very true. And now as a producer, by the time someone is getting to find out more about your show, that is when they want to know you, because already they don't know us anymore. They know someone who is speaking to them. So at that particular moment, I feel like as a talent, take my mind.
No, I don't think people say, it's very few people, I think it could be 10% who will know that there is a producer, who will acknowledge.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the 90% will be like, omwana chikuba. Tebamanyi very kuwakana bino sagala bikola tojja bikola lwampaka najja na omwana oyo ali informed. Kumbe encyclopedia eri. So that's what you look out for.
Yes, that's when you feel like, if I've given my talents what is timely and they're delivering it, there is that joy, Madam Hilda, that comes when your talents give you exactly what you gave them.
When they deliver.
When they
and
deliver.
what you envisioned for
Actually,
them, because there is giving them and they over deliver on
That
something
is
you
it.
have given you have given to them.
At that point, me, I feel like I should even take them for CJ.
Yeah, that's the
I'll
most
be like,
happiest
oh my
moment.
goodness, what happened?
But again, still, I'm coming to you because he has to tell us what he looks out for in a script. But still, let me throw this question: that your personality, doesn't it affect your scripting? Because there is no way you're going to divorce or separate yourself. That means, as a person, you know, they are too clean, they want things to be done this way. So you have a personality trait, you have a temperament, and you have preferences.
Yes.
So that means your preferences are also going to come through the script.
Yes.
But remember, you're talking to people who also have their own preferences. So let that sit in. As he gives us, as he tells us, what do you look for in a good script?
Actually, majorly for me, what I will look at is, before anything, you know, one of the toughest stages of production is pre-production. That moment when you have to prepare for the show. So these others are easy, but this is where we see brains. We see brains before the show comes out, and that is when you sit to prepare for the show. Thinking out loud for what is majorly important for what you're producing is the hardest thing. And when we are looking out to write a script, what we look at majorly is, what is the intention of the script? Why are we scripting out whatever we are scripting out?
Why are we handling this topic?
Exactly.
To what end?
And for that, we are going to look at what is the intention of the show that we have. Because, for example, I produce majorly pastors. If I'm going to write anything, that means I'm going to look at things that relate to what pastors are going to give.
Impossible. How do you manage them? You give
By the
them...
way, let's talk about that. Pastors are one of the hardest people to manage.
Impossible,
Yeah.
because for them,
Very,
they deal with
very
the
hard.
spirit of God
Exactly.
and word of knowledge. And here you
And
are
they
bringing
come
your
as a human
flesh
being.
and your thoughts.
That's the reason actually why, actually it is very hard to produce a pastor when you're in flesh.
Okay. So you also have to be the spirit.
You have to be in the spirit.
That's right.
You have to
It's
be
very
prayerful.
Yeah.
Because these people will know if you are known.
That you're too carnal.
Exactly.
You're bringing
so you
your
have to be
flesh.
prayerful. You have to be reading the word of God.
And you have to be righteous.
You have to be righteous. Of course, you can't be reading the Bible when you're not righteous.
Others are prophets.
And they will
Others are prophets. They will tell
That's
you,
when you
where
find
did you
this
sleep last night?
There is a pastor who used to pray for us on this MTV. When she comes,
she fast prays
for the camera people, you're there working, but she's praying for you.
So that you
I
are
pray
righteous
for you,
before
Emma.
you
I
start
pray for
doing
you,
anything.
Beatrice.
But that's right. But that's right.
So that the Lord does not come
Point out
through
why
you.
she's praying for you.
which is
She will tell you why she's praying for
She
you.
will tell you what?
Why she's praying for you.
Okay.
And let's not go there.
Well, everyone is listening.
Yes.
That I'm praying for you because of
I
what?
feel
That you are
this.
so
I
good.
feel A, B, C, D. I need to pray for you.
So what was the worst thing she said about one of those?
She said we shouldn't go there.
No, I want to know. Like at the night of glory, the pastor told us to give a testimony that their waste is on fire. Hey, they are
Fire around the waist.
and they need to be prayed for. So I
And
need
like
to know.
stop sleeping around
Hey, Jesus.
on stage.
But it's very rare to find pastors who are courageous enough to say a word for word.
Yeah, the Spirit
It's
of God
very,
gives
very
you. And sometimes you need to be direct. When you're not direct, the devil takes advantage. Wama tell us, you have to be righteous.
Yes, you have to. So going back to the topic. Going back to the topic. The other thing we have to look at is the audience
Okay.
that we are delivering to. So, for example, as I was saying, if I'm producing a pastor, I wouldn't expect myself to give pastors the content that I would have given to a show like African Exclusive,
yes.
So you have to look at all those things. I have to know if I'm producing African Exclusive, what am I producing? This is an entertainment show. That means that whatever I'm going to script out has to be entertaining. If I'm producing pastors, whatever I'm going to script out is going to relate with scriptures, soul winning, so growing, such things. So those are the major things that we look at when
are you a pastor? Are you
He's a youth leader.
because he's a youth leader. Like he speaks with a depth, soul winning, soul growing. You need to grow your soul, my friend. But that's a beautiful one. Looking at the audience, looking at the times and the seasons, looking at the target and the demographics of the people that you're talking to. But I am concerned while you're writing the script, and there are times where your personality comes so much into play that you have a bit of friction with your talent, because they're also thinking otherwise, or they're thinking, I shouldn't say it the way he wants me to say it, because apparently maybe that's rude, or again, that does not bring it out so well. So how do you handle that?
We encounter it so much because at the end of the day,
because a party.
because just like the way Beatrice said, in most cases they ask who is the producer of that show. Meaning, at the end of the day, I'm really going to really affect the show, either in a good way or in a bad way. When you talk about my taste and preferences being different from maybe my talents, who they call the hosts, it is very true. But again, as a producer, producers, I take them as talent managers to what I do. Like when you're managing, let's say when you're managing an artist, you must understand the artist you're managing. What she likes, what she doesn't like.
How she reacts.
How she reacts when something goes wrong. Then how do you handle her?
How you bring certain things to them.
Yes, you don't get rid of him or her, no. How do you handle her? That makes you a talent manager.
Seems you manage a lot of female talents.
A lot.
Because you said how you handle her.
Because they're the most disturbing, because they're too emotional, they're, so to bring the best out of her. So the same thing when we're doing these shows.
The hosts.
The hosts have their likes. They don't even, because their work is to wake up in the morning and show up on the show.
And look good.
And look, ask you, what do we have?
You understand? So, when you bring something and they don't like it, in most cases you must be knowing this person. Maybe royalty yasuze bulungi, maybe musumbua. If it is not daily, because sometimes it's an unusual thing. He just behaves like that. You understand? But if it's not usual, you understand? Maybe Gabi Gray, maybe Andrew Damuranja, maybe girlfriend Yamunyiziza. So you be considerate. So you find a way to make sure you rhyme with him so that he delivers a topic you want him to deliver in a way, so that you don't really.
So production is more like managing.
You manage them.
Emotions.
Yes.
You're managing the whole picture.
Then you don't have to be this other person. Do this. No, don't be a commanding person, because at the end of the day, you won't like it when you're doing a show and you're not connecting. It's the most worst thing on the show. Most worst thing on the show.
Because when you command, they rebel.
They rebel. Then again, you won't deliver. Even to
visible to the
They
people.
won't even give you what
They
you
will-
want.
And that's as the Beatles were saying, when these guys deliver, you feel so happy. Now it is the opposite if they don't. So you must be considerate with these guys. You must manage them, manage their emotions, manage their behavior, how, in a way that they have to take yours, but how? Make them take what you feel like is the best for the show, because at the end of the day, you're accountable to that show, but in a way that you're not an ordering person, but in a way that you're going to really understand these talents and you manage their weaknesses. Yes.
Ben,
Yeah.
you have your personality and it is too screaming and too loud. How do you, and I know that Bahati can be big-headed. How do you manage?
You know, one of the hardest things is to manage your boss.
Your boss.
Who can say, Onyeziza,
Leave
Sazeko
alone
Musa."
your boss, but a boss who is updated, is
Knowledgeable,
It's
informed,
beyond your
there are
knowledge.
bosses who just have money,
reads a lot,
reads a lot, so
so kwegamba. So
we
anyway,
challenge everything.
you have to be, but one thing I thank God for is that God has given me an opportunity that I've worked with Chigambo talent. I don't want to use it. My talent.
It's okay.
Use your talent.
Hey, you have a talent.
That's the word.
After here, munango mwaka gugwako. Letaga bonus. So anyway, is that God has given me a chance that I've worked with her for some good time. So now I know her likes, her dislikes, when she's not happy, when she's happy. So as Joab said, you have to study all these things. You have to understand the person or the people you're working with, their emotions, when they are happy, when they are not happy, when they are low, when they need to be given time to rejuvenate, to gain momentum again. You just have to understand them. Thank God, most people here do not know that Bahati is a prophetess. So you have,
Neither did I.
We need to get out of here. When they start adding,
she's a prophetess, by the way. Let me. She's a prophetess, as Elisha said.
What did I say? Let's get out of here. This is a conversation for offsets. But we love you. Come back here, get yourself a water, come back, let's continue this conversation. One thing I know that it's highlighting on what is happening in the industry. Some of you need to know what's happening. Some of you, this is your calling, this is your passion. And some of you, you just want to see a sneak peek into what exactly happens in the world of TV. I mean, production is everywhere. Video is everywhere. Right now, video is the in thing. So producers are the in thing right now when it comes to work, when it comes to entertainment and everything that we are doing. So having a conversation with them, for me, it is refreshing. But again, it helps me learn and get into their world, because sometimes it's a mysterious world. And I hope that we can learn one or two things.
TV, a place for you.
Did you know that you can acquire a skill in less than 3 months? Dynamic Media School skills you in TV and radio presenting, motion graphics, graphics designing, control room management, show production, audio production, confidence building, lighting and videography, personal branding, social media management, cinematography, video editing, marketing and sales, and effective communication. This is designed to provide practical skills and hands-on experience with the focus on developing critical thinking, research, and communication skills. You will have access to high-quality learning materials, including online lectures and other resources, as well as a dedicated team of facilitators and influencers who are available to assist you with any questions or concerns that you might have. Enroll today. Call 0702 021 834 or WhatsApp 0760-881-331. Dynamic Media School is an excellent choice for anyone looking to start or advance their career in this exciting and dynamic field. You don't get the life that you deserve, but that which you decide. It's time for you to decide to dominate your life. You don't do that by just having passion, you need a plan. let's show you how you grow practically in character, competence, and in other areas of life. Welcome back to Bahati.
Yeah, when people start giving you names that you're not, you just shut down and close the close the whole production. But I'm interested. What did you mean by prophet? Or prophetess?
She's Bahati Hilda Sabiti. She's a prophetess. She's so spiritual. She's very, very spiritual. So
she's in the future.
She's in our future.
One, she prays, by the way, before she
By the way,
comes
something
through.
that's exactly I know
Unlike,
about.
unlike your talents, that's why
So Africanist.
He has started.
she prays before her show, before she comes through. She shares what she's going to. In fact, she even asks, "What do you think about this?" Then we have this kind of a chat before hitting record, before going live. So I was saying before we went for a break, I was saying that you get to understand your talent first, her emotions when she's down, when she's up there, when she needs time to first organize herself.
So that's why sometimes you avoid me.
Avoid you? It's not avoiding.
When you know my emotions are turbulent.
I just have to give you space because I've dealt with pastors for so long. I remember, shortly, let me give an example. When we hosted Adae here, she sat in a room when we wanted to get some bites from her. She sat in a room and there were very many people there, and we asked her, "Are you ready? Should we go? Should we start?" Then she was like, first hold on. Then we held on for like 3-5 minutes. We were like, it's getting late. Then I went back and said, could you be ready? Then we start. She said, you hold on. But the second time when she said that, I sensed something that probably no one could sense, or a few could sense, that she needed time to prepare herself, and it was a spiritual kind of environment. This lady, I tell you the truth, she's very anointed. That's when I sensed it. So when coming back to this side, understanding the person you're working with, you're producing, sometimes you can sense that she needs time, like Bahati needs time. Like for me, I do the Monday segment, Monday, Thursday, that is Hold My Hand, and also the coach experience, for those ones who know those ones. So coach experience and Hold My Hand airs every Thursday. So sometimes when we are shooting, when we are doing these recordings, you just have to put in mind, like right now she's in good mood, we can, sometimes she needs time, just she's from her prayer and concentrating on what she's going to deliver to people. And the message she's delivering, the message that she's going to deliver is not just entertainment, is not just, it is spiritual, it is food to someone. Yeah. So it's better you sense that and you leave her. When she's ready, then hit record or go live. I don't know whether I'm being understood. But
we understand you perfectly, but I want us to flip the charts. And how do you deal with difficult talent and hosts? How do you deal? Because I want vivid examples if you have dealt with a hard character, because some people are hard nuts to crack. How do you deal with difficult people? Because the people that you deal with, some of them are known. Yeah. And when someone becomes a bit famous, sometimes they also have their own way. There is a way fame flares up people's bad manners sometimes. Right. So how do you handle difficult talents?
Actually, to me, I think, there is this thing, a producer and a talent. Actually, let me talk about the relationship between a producer and a talent before anything else. Usually, this thing is like, there is always supposed to be submission. And
It's like husband and wife.
Exactly. That's what
That producer love your talent, then talent submit to your
submission. For a person who is submitting, for submission, when we talk about this,
I love that.
yeah, like you've said, it's like a relationship between a husband
and a wife,
whereby there is always supposed to be someone who is supposed to submit,
and someone supposed to lead.
Be submitted to. The person who is supposed to lead. Making you a producer makes you the brain of the show or of anything that is going to take place on the set. So there are always moments whereby you are going to work according to your emotions because you are a human being. And there is a moment where your talents are going to work according to your emotions too. There are times that are going to come whereby you are going to conflict, you are going to collide. But the question is, how are you going to handle all this? Because remember that whatever you're going to produce, you're producing for people. And whatever you are going to show, people are going to see, to know what you're going to see. People will be able to know the moods that you're in according to what you're going to give out.
Elisha, you're giving us too many scenarios. You have given someone a topic. And some of them will not tell you direct, but they will tell their fellow talent, or talina changamba. Ngenda kukola bidala. Okiwulidde, you're on set, and it's 2 seconds to even go live.
And that tell the talents, can we do this instead of this?
No, others would have done it actually, because sometimes you will have talents that some of them are respectful, some of them are talent, some of them are mature, and then there is just someone who is
that's where production becomes hard, because we are humans too. You'll find yourself getting angry
and saying what?
And saying something very bad.
Like what?
Anything. You
You
can abuse someone.
Elisha is being political. Elisha is being political. Joab.
Before even Joab comes in, let me first take over. There is a scenario as a talent and a producer, or talents and producers, there has to be strong belief. A talent has to believe in the producer, regardless of how young she or he is. If a talent believes in the producer, they are good to run, they're good to walk. But if the talent doesn't believe in what this producer is, that is a start of failure. Because then I'll get to a point where I have given you work, I've given you my topic, and you cannot do it. You can't actually face me to say, I am not doing it. Reasons
but then it is
based
very
on
possible that you may find yourself having talents who do not believe in you. How will you handle that?
If a talent doesn't believe in me, I want to believe if I have 4 talents on set, or let me say I have 2 talents on set, there is a possibility that one does believe in me, one doesn't. So if Elisha, you, my talent, you don't believe in me, and Joab does, I'll take one step, sit down to understand you better. Maybe
what if I don't want to understand?
If you don't want to understand, I'll shift my mind to him. I'll neglect you intentionally. I'll leave you, then I come to him.
But in most cases, even producers, on that scenario, if I know you're big-headed, now you're going to affect my show. This is what I do. I'll fix my time to another talent.
To one talent.
If it is a topic.
That means like you're muting them. You're like,
it's one of ways to handle them. You go to another talent. You explain how you want everything to be delivered. He does so, and guess what? If this person needs to be on the show, he will catch up. He has to really organize himself automatically.
And even the more time I give to Joab, and he sees I'm not attending to him, he'll start to shrink.
Because at the end of the day, you'll be on the show, you're not fitting in the show. You're not updated what's the next, because you decided to do things here. So, and you cannot do your show on my show. No, no way.
I like that. I love that the authority is coming, because you can't lead without authority.
There's no way. So
you're not going to do your things in my things.
Yes,
you choose one,
yes.
and it has to be mine.
And automatically you find yourself way out. So what do? Are you getting off this show? Oh, by the way, you were asking Elisha, what do you do? So in most cases I tell them, you know what? I think it's fine. You go home. Go home and rest.
I like that.
I tell you with a smile.
Like, because you said, you tell a talent, do this. He's like, no. So now you're not going to shout at him. Because sometimes we are annoyed, but now, remember you're a talent manager. You don't have to shout or to be annoyed as he is. Now you have to calm down. But when you're burning inside, then me, I tell them, you know what? It's okay, go home. But I know he wants to work. I tell you, go home. Or don't, like, I'll give you a scenario. Last week, Easy Summer was not on social media. Like me, I'm more for social media. Then I have a campaign we have to push as
the talent.
Why are you not on social media? It's giving you some funny reasons. Like they're not without them. I was like, okay, fine. It is okay. It is your social media account. It is very okay. It is your phone. But as per this show, I want this to be posted tonight. So, but as you come tomorrow, I want to see that everywhere on your social media platforms. If not, don't come on the show.
As simple as
that. And he was smiling. I was like, it is okay. I did not remind him. I did not, because he knows.
He posted.
He knows I was meaning it. So that is it. But when he tells you, means I'm not on social media, so what? This is what I need. But again, you will not force him, no. Give him, as long as you want to be on this show.
Stay where you are, the show will go on. It can go on without you. So in the case both of them have refused, can you sit in the show and do the show?
If I can, me, I will sit and do it.
That's where the problem comes in. There are moments where you are going to get so angry that you cannot even handle speaking them politely like you're saying. The question is, how are you going to do it?
And yet, as a producer, you're not supposed to show that you're too angry when you know they still have more links to come and do. Then you've spoiled, you've messed up everything.
Most people have been forced into of, you know what, for the good of the show so that it ends well. Let them continue what they are doing now.
Let them continue.
The show
You breathe in and you breathe out.
Yes, like for this show to end now.
You go into the control room. You pretend like
you pretend to be very busy.
When you frustrate him, he's going to come on set. Viewers are watching. So you say like, for the good of our viewers, let this show end. Let me prepare. Let me be early for my next show. It's when we handle those abrupt meetings. You understand? And then you handle what has gone wrong in this show so that you make sure it does not happen in the next show.
So after that show,
when you do those meetings, you understand, okay, why did he fail to deliver like this? I don't like this, I don't like. So you start, there you can shout together so that you solve what is going to come next on the other show. So there you can even exchange words, but you make sure at the end of that meeting, you've solved it. But in most cases, we are forced to let them do what they feel like doing so that
for the good
of the show and the viewers out there.
So that means in your eyes, the show is bigger. What you are trying to achieve as a team is bigger than just individual and sentimental feelings.
And sometimes
and you
again,
must be mature.
It's only you who understands that, but your talents may not understand it. You're thinking bigger, and they're like, me, I have my 1 hour to do this.
Because for them, they are counting time. We go.
Producer, when are we going?
They are not planning for the next show. But for you now, you're counting time. You're also planning for the next show. Because they will come radio storage. Yeah.
Have you ever felt like quitting?
Yes, many times. Many times.
What was happening? What made you? What got you to the verge of saying, you know what, enough is enough?
I think usually it is the talents that make us wish to quit our job as producers. Usually it is
that particular time where you felt that what had happened.
Of course, I will not give you an example. But of course, usually it is because of the talents. When you speak to them and they cannot listen to you, that is one of the things that can easily turn you off. You give them what to do, you give them the script, what you want them to deliver that moment. Because remember, you take time as a producer to think and set for the show. Then talents come out, you give them topics to talk about, and they're like, they are not ready.
They didn't research.
They did not research. They are not ready to do what you've given them. They look at you. You look at yourself like you've just wasted your time preparing for everything.
Oh, they're even asking on set, what are we talking about?
What are we talking about? Yet you already gave them everything.
I want to know, what is that time you felt like, you know what, I think this is it. I have been patient, I have been mature. have been understanding.
Me, the time I felt like I wanted so much to quit is a point when I feel I am not exercising my authority as a producer. You're not giving me the chance to do the things I want to do on this show. Like I am trying to think A, B, C, D. You want to bring me E, F, G. I tell you how I have programmed for my show tomorrow, and you're telling me, no, I have this guest, we can fix them somewhere, we can do this. And I'm telling you, oh, please, I have A, B, C, D.
Yes.
No, we can do this. And I'm like, wait, who is who here?
What kind of audacity?
Who does that? And me, I'm looking at him like, okay.
Can we be mature?
Can we grow up? And on top of that, I am giving you work which you cannot, you don't want to do, you don't want to know anything, then why am I here? Because I want to believe that by the start of this show, when I just came as a producer, you believed in me. So if time came and you don't want to take in what I'm telling you, why am I here? Produce the show. Can I have you produce it? Then at some point, I get to go dumb, I go completely silent, that I won't even send you work.
On all of them?
Yes. I want you to deliver what you want to deliver.
Okay.
Let me see how you can do it without me.
So you show up the next day and
Yes,
you
I
don't
come.
give them anything.
Yes.
And I expect you to deliver.
And you must deliver. Because if I can give you something and you're not able to take it in, then give me what you have. If you have it, let's go.
So
and then you see them, they can ask you on set, producer, what next? Producer, we are dry. I'm like, yes, let's continue. Let's go on.
You know, but you know why she did that? She, on the back of her mind, she knows if she gives them 2 days, they won't. They won't even deliver anything on their own. But they have a list of bashing what he has given them.
But they have nothing.
Yes.
You bring something,
but they want to
and they feel like that is not what they want. So they want you to think extra.
So to tame that she did that, I think.
Madam Hilda, communication is two-way. If I am communicating to you, I expect you to respond to me.
Yeah.
If I have sent you work, respond to me. If you're not okay, let me know. Beatrice, can we have ABC?
Sometimes you send work and they
but if I send you work and you blue tick and no work, then you come in the morning and give me something different. I'm like,
what's wrong with you?
You kept quiet, meaning you are okay with it.
You're okay with it.
And now it's time for the show. You're telling me something, or you're trying to add in something.
We can do this. Producer, this one, no. Okay, we should. I would have understood.
Have you ever told them to go home?
To go home? No, haven't done that.
Except once.
Except once.
Violence. Anyway, let
Madam
me come in
Hilda.
there.
No, first for the sake of my content not being done, I know where I can manage you.
Okay.
But the time where I'm going to tell you to go home is when you don't respect my time.
Okay.
You know the show starts at this time, and you come at your own time, at a very free, you're telling me, Mana producer.
And so what do you tell them? Step aside.
Relax. I can have you some other time.
You are for the next.
I can have you some other time.
I will give you a huge smile.
You are for tomorrow's show.
Thank you for coming, but you're late.
I have such a good bad character that I am too soft to a point. I'll speak to you in a way you can't tell I'm annoyed.
Okay.
But I am hurt inside. I'm burning that if I was to be operated,
you would see
something different. But I'll give you that smile. Thank you for coming.
But again, it's a sarcastic smile of you can't fool me. Of we can't stoop too low together. So stoop too low, I will remain up here.
Exactly.
I love the attitude.
Madam Hilda, I would like also our viewers who are watching. Now we are talking.
I thrive in violence.
No, now we are talking the relationship between producer, talent or host. But let's talk also about this is reality.
You know, I'm going to have a sit down with the talents to tell me also about producers, because talents also have dark stories about producers.
Very, very.
So anyway, you know, this is reality. There could be someone out there who is just admiring to be a producer, etc., to work for Spirit Media, to work for the other production company. But what they should know is that there are also scandals amongst us. Nga we tuli wano. To know, but at the end of the day, we have one.
No, give me the scandals. What kind of scandals?
Scandals, one could be...
Spill the tea.
Competition.
For example, we are producing this show where we are 5 people on set, and Mr. Polo there needs 5 cameras for this show, and or 6 cameras in the sense. But there is some another person. Okay, maybe there is another show that's going on.
Producer who needs
another producer, and there is what causes issues most especially is poor communication. So these things happen amid the stars. Nolya nogamba naye kati.
So kolinde producer nabera machuwa ku talent naye nagano kubera machuwa to fellow producer.
To fellow producer. So kwe gamba obuvuyo ne bubeerawo oluhana ne polo ayagala ki. You understand? Nogamba polo manyi ngenda kulekera sheno gikole.
Because the relation is the biggest.
Usually that thing comes in because of competition.
Okay.
Yeah. I've worked almost actually with every.
Until everyone is doing a big show.
Everyone is doing
I've worked with every producer here. But what I've realized is that in production, one of the things that kill most production in a specific production house is competition. Competition among producers.
So what are they competing on? On a clear picture?
They all want to be
better content.
I want to make my show the biggest.
Let me tell you, the truth is, we are here. I have to admit that Joab is better than me at a certain thing. And I have to admit Beatrice is good. And I have to admit that...
Now that is maturity that you're not going to have at all times.
But some of us, we don't agree that Ben and singer, Polo and singer. Instead of kukkiriza and you seek advice from that person, or take away friction here, you take away
better lighting,
so that amatalo gajjako noga mukendezaako so that ekifaananyi kyange kife.
Wait.
Bibeera ye. So that tumatchinge ekifaananyi.
Mukendeeza otya? How do you dim the lights? Production.
Just wakuba at the end of the day, one of you has to be mature no gambo manyi. Kanchireke chiyite wadde, of course moments ezo zibeera no gambo manyi. Joab ngenda kulekera show gikole naye okyogedde lwa busungu. But at the end of the day, after saying that, you collect yourself. Either one you seek advice or you go to your superiors. And you're like, omanyi kino ne kino kye kibaddeo. But at the end of the day,
you go to the bathroom and cry.
Nedda kati ebyo twabireka. Sometimes oba oyagala mwekubemukaawo. But I'm telling you the truth.
I'm going to express that. Like you feel like you want to grab some, because he has done this particular thing once, and this is the second time.
And he's okay.
He's okay, and he's making it a habit. You feel like I will need to grab this person because this is my show. This guy is playing in my show. Games. Like, because the first time I brought the maturity, I was like, let me
find out. What is a producer looking for in another production?
Like competition. Someone has to be better than
you just avail yourself and you come.
Let me give you an example. Me, I used to have headache on Fridays. Like I'm first.
This should be made.
Use one camera. I have a lot of guests. One camera. Okay, I was like, this Friday it is okay. I think next Friday they will plan ahead. They will plan ahead. It's okay. It's like let's work. That's maturity. Then I wait. Even
not damo.
I was like, yeah. I was like, no. I was like, okay, but okay. Anyway.
I think I've been your most of that.
Then I was like, wait. So there's that time when you feel like you want to grab this person, then you even the other people you feel like then it's very bad. There's whereby it's done because it's a situation going on. Let's say like we maybe have a limited camera as one is in field, like it is okay to understand, like you can really understand it, but there's a person who does something in your show. Maybe you've organized, let's say, your show, he comes and disorganizes sound.
Wait.
He's trying to fix
someone disorganizes sound. Goes to the
antayagala mu matching in the show ye. Eri wansi ko.
Those things happen. Those things happen.
Why do you let them quanga? That is a
work as a team, but now if
you work as a team, and yet you know, oh no.
So they come to team up to help you spoil what you're building.
They come to team up.
Yeah.
in the first place you leave him thinking omutima gwe gwa team. Then he turns up badly.
Oh no.
But intentionally. These things we're talking about, they're not happening here.
Only here. Other
this is production, like
when it's a production house, there are other production house where it's happening.
A lot happen, competition in production.
No, I've heard some people have even like killed equipment.
Yes. So and so is the one who is
and yet everyone has gathered. It's a big production.
Yes. Madam Bahati,
there's a lot of growing up.
As a producer, you're way above managing talents. Now, as a producer, you're heading those that are working on your graphics.
Yeah.
You have the camera operators in there. Perhaps
control
you have
room.
Control room.
You are in charge of the entire show.
Like the entire show. It is up to you as a producer to get to understand your responsibility and how you become a leader in this state. Joab said before, as a leader, you're not a dictator. You're not coming to a camera person and tell them, hey, please bring in, come and do this.
You find him is going through something.
And they're in a different world.
So you have to understand, yesterday he gave you a good show. Today is someone. So understand it and find a way to handle him.
I have seen situations where you come in space and have general communication. When you talk about communication, you don't only communicate your talent, communicate to your camera operators and even the editors. If you have a press conference, for example, to cover, you're sending out a camera operator, sit them down, explain to them what you want. We have issues where producers are so much mindful of the talents alone. The camera operator will come and tell you know what, we are going to Serena to cover. MTN is giving out things like that. Now that is all you've given your camera operator, and he's the one you're sending out. He goes there and is asking himself, Posy, he'll start asking those on ground because you did not brief them. You only briefed your talent.
You have to brief everyone. But as we conclude, you guys, I know that I need more time with you. I need more time with you because there is a lot that is happening. Teamwork is not teamworking. I think some people even pray witchcraft prayers. Why just as
Thank you for